There's a lot to discuss when you're talking about their organization and the face of their organization, their head coach, Craig Woodcroft. He's from a family of coaches, brothers Todd and Jay, been coaching in various leagues, National Hockey League, all over the world like Craig has. Where do you start when you hear the name Craig Woodcroft and you think Dinamo Minsk?
Well, I start in 2015 because you want to talk about an incredible family achievement. At Worlds in 2015, all three Woodcroft brothers were coaching, but on different national team benches. So absolutely incredible dynasty of coaches in that Woodcroft family. And he's been at the helm not just of Dinamo Minsk, but the Belarusian national team.
Yeah.
And he's been tasked with bringing a lot of the young Belarusians that opted to migrate their careers overseas home, and the results speak for themselves. They had one of their worst seasons to date, maybe 2 seasons ago, and then last season they made it to the playoffs.
And this season they had a slow start, but they've turned it on and they're playing a lot better hockey now into month 3 of the season. Let's talk about some of their star players. They've got a Canadian who's a fun guy to watch. He does a lot of good things on the ice for him. He can skate, he can hit, he can score, he can do it all. Taylor Beck.
I have said this many times before, and I'm not shy about it. Taylor Beck is one of my favorite players to watch in the league because he knows when to turn it on. This is a guy that peaks at exactly the right time every season. When we look at his playoff run in Magnitogorsk, he scored a point almost every single game. He is incredibly talented, great shot, and just always, he never succumbs to the pressure. He always rises to it, and I love that about Taylor.
And he's one of those players that's good in the room, too. I know you know from covering the league. That's good for some of their young guys as well.
Absolutely, and there are a number of young players that are being mentored and getting some really valuable responsibility and playing time. I know we're about to talk about one, but Taylor Beck has been all over the league. He's been fundamental to Kunlun Red Star, Avangard Omsk, Metallurg Magnitogorsk, and now he's a really important, can't even believe I'm saying he's a veteran in Minsk.
Yeah, he is. We all get older, right? It happens. The young player you were referencing, Vladislav Yeryomenko, what have you seen out of him? What should fans know about this young player?
So Vladislav has gotten a lot of responsibility under Craig Woodcroft, and he loves to play Craig's style. Craig is really a possession-based, aggressive coach, and Vladislav has told me he enjoys playing it. Interesting little reunion, though, with Mark French, who's on the coaching bench of Magnitogorsk. Yeah. He had Vladislav in juniors, gave him a real episode of tough love, gave him a talking to when he wasn't working hard enough. Vladislav told me he didn't understand a word he said, but the message was loud and clear: work hard, and he's been doing it ever since.
Hey, as I say oftentimes on our broadcast, you don't need to speak Russian, so to speak, to understand things like that, and certainly the penalty calls. That's great stuff. You don't get it anywhere else. That's our KHL Insider.